I have got the X-up servo sitting right here, and I've wired it into the bike. I borrowed the 5 volts that normally would have went to the X-up servo coming out of the plug, and I go ahead and run my servo eliminator, and I go ahead and jumper it over to the pot that exists in this servo motor. Then I take the wiper of the pot and I feed it into the ECU on the wires that normally would have went to the throttle position sensor. And then here is the yellow and red wire and the yellow and white wire that I've got patched into. These go to the throttle servo. So this opens and closes, flips polarity to open and close the throttle servo plates. I've actually ran those to this X-up servo. So what normally happens is the throttle plates open and it moves that sensor. The sensor feeds 2 identical signals back to the ECU. So what I did is I just joined them together here with this clip so the same signal shows up on both of them. So you can see that. And this servo here basically sends the same signal back to the ECU as the throttle servo through the TPS. So when you turn this on, you can now control the X-up servo with the throttle. See that? Without an error going to the ECU. No, and you can hear the X-up eliminator relays clicking along, trying to open the X-up as if the bike was revving right now. But the bad thing about it is, if you move, this servo is a little slow, which I think I can get around this problem with a capacitor. But if you move the throttle too fast, back away here, it'll move with you. You can go open as fast as you want to, but if you let off too fast, it'll go into that error 60 alarm. That's the one problem with this that I've got from working with it so far. And reset it, and the servo will go back to where it needs to. So one of the things that goes on is in 4th and 5th gear you go into a soft limit, and the throttle servo closes the throttle plates and it backs injectors off of it. So there's 2 plates up front where the accelerator position sensor is, and you could bolt those together like we used to do with the old Holley 4-barrels and use that signal to feed like a power commander or a max tuner, and it can add the additional fuel and you will have manual control of the throttle plates. So this is one way of getting around the throttle by wire system on the VMAX, and this may be big for other bikes too. So we'll see what comes out of this, but it's a place to start. And I'll keep working on this.